episode 5, I think. Yes. Orange glazed grouper, bok choy, and some baby potatoes. It's going to be really good. This episode's a little different. My director is off doing college things, so now I'm on an iPhone, so I'm not on a good camera. I don't have my editor. But it's still going to be great. Pretty sure. We'll find out. I printed out the recipes, and they're right here. And I put the links to them, and I'll have this on the YouTube site so that you can grab these. Nice and simple. Took me maybe 10 minutes of research to find what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I'm going to start prepping things. Let's talk about timing for just a second. This is grouper, and it's going to take maybe 10 minutes to broil this. Tops. This is bok choy. It's going to take maybe, I don't know, 8 minutes tops to pan sear that. And these potatoes take about 20 minutes to boil, and then I'm just melting stuff on it and tossing on some herbs and such, butter, and that's it. So you want to time it right. So the potatoes got to start first because they are the long pole in the tent. So we'll get those going, sit them on the stove, and they're just doing their thing. And we'll get this all prepped up while the potatoes are going. That's just fine. These two will be happening kind of at the same time. The fish and the bok choy, because they kind of have the same amount of speed going on. And we want everything to come out at about the same time. It's pretty simple. So the potatoes, simple, simple. There's really only 4 ingredients. Salt, about a 1/4 cup of butter. That's rosemary that I just clipped off my little rosemary bush out there. And these little baby potatoes. This is so simple. I'm gonna boil these up for about 15-20 minutes. Melt some butter over it. Chop that up a little bit, put it on top of the potatoes. It's the easiest side in the world to do, especially like if you're entertaining, which I'm not, it's just me. Hell, I'm the only one in the house. Well, my dog, Jasper, come here. Come here. How about right here? There's my boy.
There's my boy.
I love him. Yeah, okay, well, let's get back to work. The bok choy, just about as simple as the potatoes. I'm gonna cut them in half. I'm gonna do maybe 3 of these cloves, all minced up, and some olive oil, and some black pepper. Toss them in the pan, and just let them sear up for about 4 or 5 minutes. Oh, don't forget the soy sauce. I definitely want some soy sauce. It's over here, hang on. Yeah, soy sauce. Sprinkle that all together. Perfect. The grouper is what's on sale. Everything else, I don't know if it was or not. This is about £1.25, and it cost $14. That's really cheap. And I'm gonna orange glaze it. So we'll be a little bit of marmalade in there. I'll do some fresh orange juice, Dijon, soy sauce again, a little pepper, and some honey. We're gonna mix all these things together into a glaze, put it on the top, stick it in the oven about maybe 5 inches, 6 inches from the burner, and broil it for, I would say 5 minutes. Then we're gonna flip it over, put the glaze on the other side, and do the same thing for maybe a little less time, maybe 3-4 minutes. Don't wanna overcook it. Okay, we're winging it. This is a couple tablespoons of orange juice. I just took one of these, cut it in half, and I literally just squeezed it in there. This is just raw honey, and this is a tablespoon that I'm putting in here, and I'm just gonna eyeball everything. You don't have to, I can. It's probably more than a tablespoon, and I don't care. This is about a tablespoon of the soy. I'm gonna pour that in there, and that's probably a little bit more, and that's good. More is better. This is the Dijon, hang on. Yeah. And this is about a little less than a tablespoon. Yeah, a little bit less. And that's good. And this, well, I'll kind of measure that one because I can't get it out. That's the marmalade. And we want like a tablespoon, maybe even 2. The recipe says 1, but I like a lot of glaze, so I'm doing it my way. It's always good to ad lib. That's kind of it. No, little pepper, right? Grind that in there a little bit. And that's it. Yeah, pretty tasty. That's gonna be delicious. So I set that timer for 5 minutes, and now it's going. Fish is in here. When the 5 minutes is up, we'll flip that back over and go another 3-4 minutes, something like that. I've got this thing pretty heated up. This is called a pan. Here's the bok choy. It's all prepped, cut in half, and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna throw some olive oil in here, and this is a very hot pan. I've been letting it sit here for probably 3-4 minutes. And that's about a tablespoon. That's probably 2 tablespoons. Who cares? It's a lot of olive oil. It's good for you. Eat a lot of olive oil. So I'm going to toss that in there. That's getting nice and hot. And we are going to put the garlic in here. And we'll let it sizzle for about 30 seconds. That's kind of the standard. Oops, hello, I'm back. Hey. Yeah, so let that sit there, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. And then I'm going to put all this bok choy in there. Boy, my camera work is terrible. This cannot be printed. No one can see this ever. Anyway, that's about 30 seconds right there. And the bok choy is going in. I've cut them all in half. I've tried to keep the pieces about the same size. And I'm just going to toss them right in there. And we will use a prong to flip them over. This is going for about 5 minutes on this side. Okay, these potatoes are done. I melted the butter in there with the rosemary, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. There they are. Not the best camera work. I already warned you. Here's the bok choy. It is all wilted down and kind of crispy on the inside. Really good. What's left is a little bit of soy sauce. I didn't really salt it because the soy's got plenty of salt, even low sodium. So I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of this in there. And I just let that cook down for just a minute to absorb that. And then we're gonna plate everything because we're done. Okay, I have a new director. Her name is Susan, my wife. Because I'm really fumbling around with this, but there it is. I mean, with or without my daughter, who didn't help me, that looks pretty good. Yeah, and Jasper thinks so too. You can do this too. This right here, what's on sale? That was under $7. Under $7? You can do it too.